Hey guys, Jeff Wall here with Fox 9 Sports Digital. I'm here to talk about Minnesota Vikings receiver Jordan Addison. He's making headlines for all of the wrong reasons as the Vikings are about set to report to training camp here in about a week, and they'll have their first practices in about 2 weeks. Addison was arrested late last Friday night near the LA airport behind the wheel of his Rolls Royce, asleep and blocking traffic. And he was eventually taken into custody and arrested on suspicion of DWI. If you remember, about this time last year, he was cited by the state patrol for driving 140 miles an hour on Interstate 94 in a 55 zone, claiming he was experiencing an emergency with his dog. We sort of let that pass. He paid his fine. We moved on. But this is an entirely different situation. You're talking about driving under the influence less than 2 weeks after one of his own teammates was killed in a car crash involving a potentially impaired driver. We know the story by now. Khyree Jackson, rookie fourth round pick, was with his two high school friends and teammates when they were hit by a car that was allegedly being driven by an impaired driver, and that situation is still playing out in court. That driver is likely to face charges in the crash. We don't know that for sure yet, but it's certainly headed that way. But for Jordan Addison, have some self-awareness for what's going on. You're less than 2 weeks away from starting training camp. I believe they report early next week, and our first access to them is Saturday, July 27th. Your teammate just died after being in a car that was hit by an impaired driver, and now you're out getting arrested for essentially the same reason, minus the crash part of it. Have some self-awareness for what's going on. So I'll be curious to see how the Vikings handle this both internally and externally, because all the talk at the first day of our access to camp will be about Jordan Addison's arrest and what the team plans to do if he'll face discipline from the team or from the NFL. Not a great way to get your season started if you're the Vikings, both between the Khyree Jackson tragedy and now this. Just not a great way to get started with training camp.